City 2 Surf 2017, winners cross the line while thousands take to the streets for charity. The winners have crossed the finish line at Bondi for the 47th City 2 Surf Road Race in Sydney, with Harry Summers taking out the men's race for the second year in a row. About 80,000 participants have taken to Sydney's streets for the annual City 2 Surf Fun Run in aid of charity today. The 14-kilometre route from the city's CBD through to Bondi Beach was set in 1971, with just over 1,500 entrants competing. Summers crossed the finish line in 42 minutes and 16 seconds after recovering from a recent injury. Steve Meneghetti still holds the race record of 40 minutes 3 seconds, which was set in 1991. I think it was just trying to stay consistent. Heartbreak Hill was always a tough one, but it's always after you get to all the little ones. I was lucky to have a bunch of guys around me, so that was really useful, she said. Wheelchair athlete Kurt Fernley won the event for the fifth time, finishing in 41 minutes 21 seconds, but only with the help of someone who helped fix his loose wheel with an Allen key. About halfway up Heartbreak Hill, my right wheel started to come loose and I asked everyone who passed from that point on if they had an Allen key, he said. Thankfully by about 9 kilometers I found someone who did, and he put the wheel back on and it was back on the way. I always feel about 21. Charles Rochester is one of the City 2 Surf legends who have run the race every year since it first started in 1971. We lined up at Town Hall and nobody realized what speed we'd go when everybody wanted to break 60 minutes, he said. The 86-year-old from Manly suffered a stroke in 2015 but recovered in time to compete in that year's run. Last year, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and was told by specialists to start treatment. I said I mightn't make next year, so I'll do this one and we'll start the radiation after the City 2 Surf, Mr. Rochester said. About to compete in his 47th race, Mr. Rochester said it was a part of his life. And his advice to others is fairly straightforward. It's not about times. For the average person, the thing is that you finish. That's the most important thing. Participants have so far raised around $3.5 million for over 950 charities. Road closures and special event clearways have changed for this year across Sydney's CBD and eastern suburbs, and were put in place from 1 a.m.